Hi, everybody. I'm here with a special guest, Denise Oxley. So if you will welcome with me Denise Oxley as she will talk us through how to brine a Thanksgiving turkey. Hi, Denise.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Joanne, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I want to talk to you today about how incredibly easy it is to create a gourmet turkey that is very flavorful, moist, and delicious. Brining is really the secret that top chefs use to create a fine dining meal, and it's so easy. So we have 3 different flavors of brines in Oxley Spice and Blends Gourmet Turkey Brine Kits, and they're very easy to use. Each kit contains a heavy-duty, BPA-free, resealable brine bag that is made here in the U.S. I don't know, it'd be hard to find another brine bag that's made here in the U.S. Each kit has brine, and each kit has an herb rub in it. So it makes brining your turkey very easy. Every box has easy to follow directions on the back, and makes just creating the most delicious meal so easy. We have 3 flavors. We have herb, we have apple and sage, and we have cranberry vanilla. The herb is very easy. All you need to do is add, if you choose to, either an apple cider vinegar or a white vinegar. And the reason for adding the vinegar to the turkey brine is that it helps open up the pores in the meat and it lets more flavor infuse into it. The apple sage brine kit, we recommend also adding either apple cider or white vinegar, sugar, and either apple juice or apple cider. I prefer apple cider. I think that it imparts a bigger flavor into the turkey. And then last we have cranberry vanilla turkey brine kit, which is very unique. I don't know that there's anything else on the market quite like it. Again, we recommend using either apple cider or white vinegar, adding some salt. You can use any salt that you wish. My preference is for pink Himalayan salt, but any salt will do. White grape juice. And if you really, really love cranberry and you really want big, bold cranberry flavor, you can add some additional cranberry juice to the brine mixture as well. So with that, I'm going to now show you how easy it is to make your brine and to brine a turkey.
Well, thank you so much, Denise, for explaining to us about all the flavors that you have. And I know that I'm very excited this year to use the cranberry for my turkey for Thanksgiving. So now we're going to go into you showing us how we're going to prepare this. Can you take it from here?
Yeah, so today we're going to create the apple sage brine turkey. And the first thing to do is to create the brine solution. So we need to open our box. And again, the components that come in the turkey brine kit are the heavy-duty BPA-free brine bag, which we will use after the brine solution is ready. The herb rub, which we will use just prior to cooking the turkey. And the brine mix itself. So there's a couple components and things that you need in addition to your turkey brine kit. You need a large cooking pot. This one is a 10-quart pot. You need 4 quarts of water. You need half a cup of vinegar. We're using apple cider vinegar in this case. 1 cup of sugar and 2 quarts of apple juice or apple cider. Again, my personal preference is for apple cider for the apple sage kit, just because I think it imparts a better flavor into the meat itself. So first thing, and you need a spoon for stirring, of course. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the brine mix. We're going to pour that into our pot. Then we are going to add our 1 cup of sugar. And we're going to add our 4 quarts of water. We then want to just stir our brine so that the sugar and the brine mixture mixes well with the water. We're going to cook it until the brine mixture comes to a boil. And then we're going to, once it comes to a boil, we're going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes afterwards. And you just want to stir the brine occasionally as it cooks. And it's that easy.
So this is really easy, Denise. I really am appreciating seeing how this is done. So now you let your pot come to a boil, and then you turned it down to simmer for 5 minutes. What do we do now?
Well, that's a really good question, Joanne. So actually making the brine solution from pouring the ingredients in the pot to boiling and simmering probably takes about 20 to 30 minutes. That will depend largely on the type of cooktop that you have. But once we have brought the brine to a boil and then let it simmer for around 5 minutes or so, then it's time to cool the brine down. So there's a couple of ways that you can do that. One, you can place the brine in the refrigerator and let it cool down, and that will probably take several hours. Or you can do what I like to do, and that is add ice to the brine solution to quickly pull the brine solution down. And the reason it's important that the brine solution is cooled down completely is that you don't want to start cooking your turkey. If the brine solution is hot and you pour it on the turkey, it's going to start cooking the turkey. We don't want to start cooking the turkey. We want the oven or the deep fryer or the smoker or the grill to cook the turkey. We just want to brine the turkey. So it's really important that the brine solution is cooled down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add ice into the brine solution. Just stir it in until it's cooled down. And the way to test this is to just, you can keep your hand on the outside of the pot and feel for when it's cool, like the inside of your refrigerator, which is about 34 degrees. Or you could get a thermometer and actually put it into the brine solution and check it that way, just to make sure that it's cooled down to the appropriate temperature. And now that we've got our brine solution completely cooled down, we're now going to add our extra ingredients, and that is half a cup of apple cider vinegar. Again, it can be apple cider or white vinegar. And the vinegar, again, helps the pores of the turkey to open up and allows more flavor to get in. So we'll stir that in, and then we're going to next stir in 2 quarts of either apple juice or apple cider. Again, I prefer apple cider. I think it imparts a bigger flavor on the turkey, but you can use either. So we'll just stir up our brine solution. So all the ingredients are mixed together. And now your brine solution is complete, and we are ready to brine the turkey.
So, Denise, the brine is ready, and you've let it cool down to the perfect temperature. Now we're ready to proceed with the turkey. What would you do next?
So that's a good question. So now that we've prepared our brine solution and everything is ready, we are now ready to use the heavy-duty BPA-free resealable bag that came in your brine kit. I do want to say I always highly recommend that you have backup brine bags available, just in case you have a brine bag that leaks. It doesn't happen very often. Statistically, it's negligible, but there's nothing that will make you more upset than if you have a brine bag that leaks when you are getting ready to put your turkey in the bag. So These aren't expensive. There's a lot of things that you can use them for besides brining a turkey. Do yourself a big favor, have some extras on hand just in case you have one that leaks, because there's no way to test brine bags ahead of time to make sure that they don't have a leak in them. So the only way to test them is to put liquid in it, and then it's too late. And if you're brining your turkey, you don't have time to go to the store or wait for Amazon to deliver you some more or whatever. So when you buy your turkey brine kit, buy some extra brine bags just to be safe. Cheap insurance, okay? So the way that we test our brine bag is we're going to open it up, bring it to your sink, put in just a little bit of water, and just rotate it from one side to the other, across the bottom, and the other side. And if there's a leak in your bag, you will know that because the water would be leaking out of the bag ahead of time. You don't want to find out you've got a problem with your bag when the turkey's in the bag and you're pouring the brine in there. So always test your bag first, make sure that there's no problems. If there is a problem, then you've got your backups on hand and you can avoid having any issue or upset, unnecessary upset. So once we've tested our bag, then we're just going to simply pour a little bit of water out that we had put in there. We are now going to open up our bag and get ready to put our turkey into the bag. Now I want to say a couple things about the turkey. So when you take your turkey out of the manufacturer's packaging, you need to take out the neck and stuff that is in the cavity on this side. And then on the back end, you need to take out the giblets, liver, and all that organ meat stuff that's in the bag in the back end. So make sure you remove all the parts of the turkey that are not part of the turkey meat that you want to eat. Another thing that is noteworthy, most turkeys come with this little pop-up timer in it. I don't know if you can see that very well. But the pop-up timer is something that will, when the turkey is done cooking, it will automatically pop up and you know the turkey's done. You should also have a meat thermometer on hand so that you can double check the temperature and make sure it's at the appropriate temperature. So at this point, we are going to place our turkey in the bag. We want to put it in the bag breast side down because that's the thickest part of your meat is the breast. So we want it breast side down in the bag. So we're going to do that right now.
And always make sure you wash your hands.
Yes, you're handling poultry. Always wash your hands. You can't wash them enough. Okay, so we've got our turkey breast side down in our brine bag. And now you can see too, so this is like a 13-pound turkey. And it's not hardly taking up any space in this brine bag. So you could easily put in 35, 40-pound turkey in this bag with no problems and have extra room left over. So we are now going to put our turkey that's in our brine bag down in the ice chest and get ready to add the brine solution. Once you have the turkey breast side down inside the brine bag, then the next thing you're going to do is add the brine solution to the bag. But you need to either put the bag with the turkey in an ice chest, which is the preferred method, or you need to set the turkey in the brine bag inside of a roasting pan. The reason is when you add liquid, it wants to displace, it wants to go to the lowest place. So by putting it in a roasting pan, that makes the brine solution stay up on the turkey, but not near as well as what an ice chest does. And the other big benefit of using an ice chest is it's got much taller walls, but it also is not taking up room in your refrigerator, which when you're cooking big holiday meals, your refrigerator is usually full of other things, and turkey taking up a lot of space is not helpful. So at this point, we have set our turkey in our brine bag down in our ice chest, and we are ready to add ice around our turkey and our brine solution to our turkey.
I don't know if this is a good time to ask you or not, but I know some people may be concerned about having their turkey in the ice chest with the ice for 24 hours or 48 hours. Is there any caution that you would like to or should tell people about that? Or are you safe by having the ice around it? Because I imagine that if you put it in the pan and put it in the refrigerator, it is going to change the taste of the turkey somewhat because you're not going to be marinating it evenly. Is that the case?
No, that you have to completely submerge your turkey in the brine. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you'll have a half brine turkey, and then half of your turkey would be delicious, and the other half would be awful.
Right.
So that's why you have to have it completely submerged. You surround the entire turkey with the ice and cover it with ice. It's in an ice chest. It's not going to melt within 24 hours. It's going to keep the turkey at the appropriate temperature throughout the time. And plus, like I said, you've got your refrigerator free where you can put other things in there.
Right, right. And you just want to make sure that there's enough ice keeping it cold.
Yes, you want to make sure you completely surround the turkey and cover the turkey. But I'm going to show you that here right now.
Okay. All right. So Denise, now we have our turkey in the ice chest, and you're going to show us what we do from here.
Yes, so now we're going to surround the turkey completely with ice. And we're going to bring the ice level up to just the top of the turkey here before we put in the brine solution. So it's really important that we have the entire turkey surrounded with the ice because we want to keep the entire turkey cold for the 24-hour period. Now that we put the ice in, we've got our turkey in the brine bag, breast side down, we're ready to add our brine solution in over our turkey. Now, this is really important to make sure that your turkey is completely submerged for the brine solution because we want the entire turkey to be brined.
And remembering that this is a cooled brine solution that's not being poured in hot.
That's right, because we don't want to start cooking the turkey ahead of time.
Looks yummy. Looks fun. This really is a very easy system.
As you can see, I hope you can see, the entire turkey is completely submerged. Mm-hmm. So at this point, we are ready to reseal the brine bag. Take out any excess air. Now we're going to pour a layer of ice across the top of the bag. Put the lid on our ice chest, and now we wait. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our ice chest, and we're going to remove the brine bag, the whole thing.
Looks good.
And we're going to drain off the brine. Maybe, if I can get the bag open.
We're doing a good job. That's a big turkey.
And then we are, once we've got the brine drained out of the bag, we're going to pull the turkey out of the bag and we're going to rinse it off.
Okay.
Now you don't have to rinse the turkey off, but if you don't, then your drippings are going to be a bit salty. And personally, I like to use my drippings from my turkey to make gravy, and I like to add it to my stuffing or other things that I'm adding, and that way there's kind of a nice flavor profile that carries through from one dish to another. And then, so once you rinse your turkey off, then you just need to pat it dry. Doesn't have to be perfectly dry, we're just taking off some of the water. Now we're going to set it down on our roasting pan.
And you set it down breast side down.
Well, I did just now because the next step is we are going to drizzle olive oil onto the turkey. So that helps seal in more moisture, and I want to do all sides of the turkey. So I'm going to do the bottom first, then I'm going to flip it over and then put on some more olive oil.
I see.
So just drizzling on some olive oil, not a lot. Just quickly rub it on. And we're going to flip the turkey over. Do the same thing. Make sure it's all got a nice little coat on it. I'm going to wash my hands now, and then it's going to be ready to place the herb rub on, the third and final component from the turkey brine kit.
Okay.
My hands are nice and soft from the olive oil. So again, third and final component from the turkey brine kit is the herb rub.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rub in this bag, so just put on to your desired amount that you would like on your turkey. Now, this is noteworthy. If you're grilling your turkey, you're smoking your turkey, or you're roasting your turkey in the oven, you simply put the rub on like I'm doing right now. However, if you are going to deep fry your turkey, you need to loosen the skin from the turkey meat, and you need to put the herb rub under the skin. Because if you put it on top like we just did here and put it in the deep fryer, it'll all fall off. So just note for those of you that like to deep fry, rub goes under the skin.
Perfect.
Now we are ready to put foil on our turkey. We're going to roast our turkey.
Okay. Which way do you prefer your turkey when it's done?
I like mine either roasted or smoked, but I think roasted is my preferred method.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're ready to go into the oven. It's going to be in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes per pound.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a smaller turkey. This is like a 13-pound turkey. So it's going to roast for anywhere, probably about 3.5 hours. And then it's important when you get towards the end of roasting, about the last 15 or 20 minutes, we want to take the foil off so that we can get that nice brown coating over the turkey, and really, we're done. It's that easy. So,
what degree do you have your oven set to when you're roasting it?
So we've got it set at 325 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
And just periodically check on your turkey, make sure there's no problems going on, but largely you shouldn't need to do anything.
Okay.
Until it's getting close to the last, like I say, half hour.
Okay.
Then watching it, because you want to take the foil off to allow it to brown and finish out.
Perfect. All right. So this has been really exciting, Denise. We've come now to the part where you're going to be putting your turkey in to roast. Can you show us now what the next step would be after that?
Yeah, so the oven is already preheated to 325 degrees, which is what we want to bake our turkey at for 15 to 20 minutes a pound. So we're going to go ahead and put our turkey in the oven. And in preparation for this segment, we have another turkey that's already roasted and is ready to come out of the oven. So we're going to pull that out now so that you can see what a brine and roasted turkey looks like.
Awesome. I'm excited.
So one other little trick that we like to do to our turkeys after we take off the initial foil that was covering the turkey is we like to put little pieces of foil over the tips of the wings and over the tips of the legs. And the reason that we do that is because those are the smallest or the skinniest parts of the bird, if you want to think about it that way. So they brown or have the potential to burn faster than the rest of the turkey. So just another little secret tip to keep your turkey uniformly brown as much as possible.
Thank you. That's a great tip. I never knew that.
And then you come up with this beautifully cooked turkey. Hopefully you can see that.
Yeah, looks awesome. Thank you.
And the next step is to let your turkey rest for 15 to 20 minutes while you're finishing the rest of your meal, and then it's ready to eat.
We have now gone through the whole process of brining a turkey, and it was very easy, and I appreciate so much you sharing this with us and showing us how easy it is. So we've now gone from brining to cooking, and now you're going to finish it off with what we do next.
And so, as you can see, we've got our perfectly juicy, tender roasted turkey here that is just absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to cut into it and taste it. But I also wanted to share with you some wine pairings to go with these turkey brine kits, because oftentimes when people are cooking a big, nice holiday meal, it doesn't have to be a holiday, but oftentimes they're wanting a wine to go with the meal, but not sure what would be the best wine to go with that. So I've got a few different wines here that I would suggest. These are all 90 point or higher wines. And for someone that's not really versed in wines, that if you get something that's 90 points or higher, that is kind of guaranteeing, building in some insurance that you're getting an excellent wine without knowing a lot about wine. There's a lot of really fabulous wines out there that don't get rated, but for those that don't know a lot about wine, that's a safe way to make sure that you're getting a really good bottle of wine.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the first one that we have here is a Clara 2015 Chardonnay. The nice thing about a Chardonnay is it's got a big, buttery, rich mouthfinish. And the Chardonnay, or any Chardonnay that you choose, really is going to pair beautifully with any of the turkey brine kits, but is really going to pair probably the best with the cranberry. We have here a Duckhorn 2016 Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc is kind of a citrusy, dry type mouthfeel flavor wine, and this one is going to again pair well with any of these three brine kits, but really goes really well with this apple sage. Mm-hmm. The next wine that we have is a Conundrum. This is something that is blended every year. It's a little bit different every year, but it's slightly sweet. So for those of you that don't like a dry wine, these are all dry with the exception of the Conundrum. Those of you that don't like a dry wine, this is a very nice wine that will pair well with these turkey brine roasted turkeys kits as well. And of course, For those of you that don't like white wine and you have to have a red wine, I would recommend something like a Pinot Noir that is not overpowering. It's light and mellow. This is kind of a nice fruit forward, vanilla type flavor. Again, this is going to pair very well with all three of the Brine kits. This is a 2016 Naomi. All four of these wines are out of California. You don't have to have a California wine to have an excellent wine. That's just what these happen to be. And with the herb turkey brine kit, it is really the most neutral of the three brine kits that we have, so it's going to pair very well with any of these wines. So at this time, I would like to pour a little bit of wine, the Sauvignon Blanc, because I think it goes the best with this apple sage turkey. And it's also important or noteworthy that, as you just saw, that was a twist top and not a cork.
Yes.
A long time ago, back in the day, people used to associate twist tops with really cheap, bad wine, something, might cost $2 or $3, and something that had a cork in it would be a superior wine. That's no longer the case and hasn't been for a decade or more. Actually, a screw top is a superior closure to a cork because it completely seals the wine and keeps the oxygen out of the wine, which oxygen is the enemy to wine. That's what causes it to oxidize and change the taste and degrade over a short period of time. Mm-hmm. Where a cork is a living, breathing thing. It's actually made from the cork tree in Portugal. And you can have a cork that fails and that allows oxygen in and ruins the wine. So duck horn, screw top, it's all good, very good. So now we're going to carve into this turkey and taste it and see what we think.
Awesome. This is really exciting.
So I'm going to cut into the breast meat, the white meat, which is always the part of the turkey that is dry, doesn't have a lot of flavor, hard to eat.
We need to do another video on how to carve a turkey after this.
Well, that I'm no expert in.
Not all of us know that.
This is the breast meat, and it is juicy and beautiful. And we're going to give it a taste now and see if it tastes as good as it looks. Oh my God. Unbelievable how juicy this breast meat is, how tender, it's so flavorful.
You know, you're making us all jealous over here, right?
This is absolutely unbelievable. It is. Oh my God, the flavors are so good. Mm-hmm. So juicy, there's nothing dry in it. It's not, the flavor is so good, it's amazing. And now we're going to taste the Sauvignon Blanc, red corn Sauvignon Blanc with it and see how it pairs. Wow, that's amazing. That wine really pulls out the apple and fruit flavors that are coming from the turkey, and they just pair so beautifully together. Absolutely amazing. You won't be disappointed. None of your guests will be disappointed. They will keep coming back for seconds, thirds, fourths. You're not going to have any turkey leftovers. Sorry to tell you that after you run your turkey using a Oxley Spice and Blends Gourmet turkey brine kit. Amazing.
Can I ask you, maybe not everybody understands the importance of brining. What is the benefit of brining your food, your meats?
Well, the benefit of brining a turkey is that, a lot of people really stress over cooking their holiday meals, their turkeys. It's the big centerpiece, particularly of Thanksgiving, and they're basting and injecting, and they're going through all of these crazy rituals to try to make the entire turkey juicy and to make it flavorful, and those things just don't really work.
Right.
And the holidays shouldn't be stressful, at least not the cooking part of it. You've got family and friends in. It should be a time for visiting and catching up and enjoying each other. It shouldn't be time to stress over your turkey. So by brining the turkey and letting the brine do the work overnight, it's doing all the work of making the entire turkey juicy and flavorful. So all you have to do is mix the brine, cook the brine, pull it down, put your turkey in the brine bag with the brine solution, forget about it for 24 hours. Come back, pull it out, rinse it off, pat it dry, put your herb rub on and roast it or deep fry it or however you choose to cook your turkey. But it's so easy. But the thing is, it's so flavorful and it takes all the stress out of cooking the turkey. You don't need an oven bag. You don't need to inject your turkey. You don't need to sit there and baste it. You don't have to do any of that. You put it in the oven and forget about it until the time's up. And then you have this perfect turkey that is so good and flavorful. It's beautiful to look at. It tastes even better than it looks. And it's just easy.
That's great. And it does, you know, you've made it very easy. And I sure can see it in all of the demonstration that you did today. It was very easy, everything you did. And I want to remind everybody that the directions are on the back. And you also have any added ingredients that you might want to use. Those are also on the back of the box.
That's correct. And if anybody is interested in having an Oxley Spice and Blends Gourmet Turkey Brine Kit for your holiday season, or really you can cook turkey any time of year.
Yes.
It's available on Amazon under Oxley Spice and Blends, and they'll have it to you in 2 days. And really can't be any simpler than that.
Now, you have a Facebook page, so maybe people can get a hold of you off of your Facebook page and ask you questions or give recommendations or their comments on how they enjoyed your brine, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, if you have any questions or want to make any comments or anything, we do have a Facebook page. Oxley Inc. is the Facebook page, and we'll have information there as needed, and we'll be happy to help you with any questions that you have.
Great. Thank you, Denise, so much for sharing this experience with us. And I'm sorry that we all can't be there to share in this turkey and wine.
I am sorry, too, because it's so good.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.